Today's Know Your Rights segment, we're continuing our discussion about estate planning, and we're not just talking about your material possessions. Catherine Stone from Barbas Law is back. Welcome back, Catherine. Another hot topic we're diving into for things that people who are expecting or maybe who have not done so yet.
Yes.
You've got kids. You've got to start taking care of this estate, right?
Right, and it's topics that people don't want to think about. They don't want to talk about it either with their significant other or their partner or whomever it may be, but it is a topic that needs to be discussed about if the custodial parent or parents, something were to happen to them, who's going to be taking care of those children. So there is a document that we can prepare called a designation of a guardian for a minor child. And basically what that is if something were to happen and the custodial parent or both parents were tragically killed or were unable to go forward, then a guardianship or a guardian would need to be appointed for that child or children. And what this document does is it kind of gives the court an indication who your preference would be. They are not bound by it, and a lot of people are surprised at that. But there's a number of things that may transpire during that process. The person may not qualify for a list of reasons, but the courts do try to at least give preference if that document is in place. So it's a conversation you need to have. Which set of grandparents would take over raising the child? Which aunt, which uncle, which sister, which brother, which nephew, which friend even is going to potentially handle raising the child, God forbid something were to happen to their parents.
Well, I'm curious, Catherine. I mean, I guess I was under the world of assumption that, well, if something would happen to me, it would be my husband, and then if there's no documents in place and something happens to both custodial parents, who automatically, where does the court, I mean...
The court does have, it's kind of like an intestate estate, so if someone doesn't have a will, then there's kind of a set guideline that the courts can follow. But if you don't have documents, let's say for you and your husband, for instance.
We don't have them yet. I know I need them, Catherine.
Then either side of the grandparents could come in and say, well, I want to be the guardian of your child. And it could get into a legal battle over which grandparent is more appropriate or for that child. If you've already had this discussion with your husband and your situation as to who you would want in case something bad were to happen. And I've found that it's not a conversation a lot of people want to have, and couples argue over who should be the right person in case of something like that. But again, I wanted to do this series in the sense of it's something you need to discuss. It's something that once you have discussed it, you know, contact our office and we'll be glad to sit down with you and help prepare that document.
I was going to say, okay, so we've had another document to the list. This is going to be an ongoing series.
Yes.
Before I go to the hospital, before anyone goes to the hospital, you need to have a...
power of attorney, a designation for a healthcare surrogate, a living will, and probably at the same time go ahead and declare that guardian for minor children.
So I'm up to 4?
Yes.
Okay. And as always, we do want to point out, you know, you have a boutique law firm, so of course we're talking about estate planning, but you also take care of car accidents, workers' comp. I mean, you guys do it all.
Yes, we have a lot of attorneys in our office that handle a lot of different areas, and so we really try to serve our clientele in not just one area, but we try to serve them throughout.
Okay, well, thank you so much, as always. We appreciate you coming on. Even though she's adding to my to-do list, it's very beneficial. It's something we all need to think about. And if you do have any questions about this or anything with your rights, just give them a call at 1-800-BARBAS-LAW or go to barbaslaw.com/knowyourrights.